Hi, this is Betty. It's been a while since I've been back on the channel here. We've had a lot of different things going on here that's kept me from doing any videos recently. Um, One thing I want to talk about tonight is not so much about what's happened with us here, but that God is turning things around with our health and with the physical things that's happened to our home here. They're being restored gradually. We've decided to stay here instead of having to move since we came here about 14 years ago, and we love the place. So God's restoring that. Tonight I wanted to talk to people that are suffering from diabetes. I'm a diabetic, and I do not do what I'm supposed to do. Most diabetics, I remembered one time Daddy said that one of his friends was a bad diabetic, and he had his clock set at a certain time for him to eat his meal, eat his snack, eat his meal, eat his snack at work. He had to do that. He lived a really good life with very little or no problems due to it. Mine was pretty much set on by, I believe, some medication that I'd had to take for my health issues, and but I'd also been hypoglycemic real bad before that. So I've always been told that if you're hypoglycemic, that at some point you probably will turn into a diabetic. In my case, I did. Also, it was my problem because I ate sugar all the time. If I really didn't like to eat a lot of food, and I was skinny as a rail, but I would eat anything that was sweet. I might take a soda pop and drink it most of the day, and that might be my meal. So I also suffered at that time from anorexia, and that was an issue. So I had to end up doing things differently. When the diabetes came on, I gained a lot of weight, not because of the diabetes, but because I believe at that time that was why I went into the problem with the diabetes. Because I had become overweight, I would use food to be my comfort. So I love to cook, big time. I love to cook. So I ended up eating anything and everything. It didn't matter. So I didn't have a problem. Well, I did end up developing diabetes, and it became a problem. At one point, I was on insulin pretty much in the morning and night and all the time. I had to keep it under control. Finally, I was told by a friend that you need to stop what you're doing. You're my friend. I want you to be here for a long time. But if you don't stop this nightmare and this weight that you've put on, because I had been 95 pounds to 100 or even, all my life. And then when I got a little older, I was about 120. And I was okay with that. But in a car wreck, I had some health problems and had to take a lot of medication. And then from that point, I just ate. I ate anything and everything and all the things I shouldn't. So that caused me to have to be on the shots all the time. Well, I decided to follow this friend's advice and get a book about it, and I started modifying where you first start on these diets. Everybody gets on these diets, and you end up getting fed back the things that now you can have your white products. Now you can have this and that. If you're a diabetic, no, you can't. So that first 2 weeks, I followed it, and I modified it as I went into the 3rd week and the 4th week, and I said, well, I'm going to stay in the first 2 weeks and leave this sugar alone and leave the white products alone and mainly watch it. So as I got on out, the weight started coming off. I didn't want it to come off too quickly because I wanted to be able to eventually eat some of the things that I wanted to. I realized that the pyramid didn't mean that you eat the pyramid 3 times a day. That pyramid as a diabetic is not really good to use all of those different things. Sometimes you have to find what works for you. What works for me is stay away from the liquid sugar. Anything liquid sugar. To stick to the water, unsweetened tea, unsweetened anything, and the juices and stuff like that you just can't do it. Now another thing, if you want to get a good case of neuropathy along with what diabetes does, go ahead and get on the sugar-free stuff. Then watch your pain level go up. My pain level right now is off of the Richter scale, literally. Am I on a lot of medication for that? No, because I don't like to take medication other than what I have to for my health issues. But I did go in and got 2 shots, one to take the pain down and the other one to work on the swelling and stuff like that from the neuropathy. Now, what is that going to do to my sugar? It's going to elevate it tonight. So that's why I'm up doing a video to try to help those out there that have diabetes. I have no self-control but for a period of time where I get my sugar down. I get it down. It's under control. Oh, okay, yes. Now guess what I can do? I can go eat something sweet. Or I can go drink something sweet. Well, let me tell you, if you're not an alcoholic and you are doing that, then you might as well be an alcoholic because that's what you're doing. Because that sugar is going back into your body and it's hurting you just like it would an alcoholic. Because most alcoholics, probably all of them, suffer with neuropathy pain severely. Mine used to be in my feet. That was enough I could deal with it. They put me on non-narcotic medication to get that under control. They put me on so much it was unreal. So one night, my grandchildren that live with me tried to wake me up and had issues with getting me awake. They finally got me awake, and at that point, I realized I'm coming off of this stuff. I've got to, because it's gonna end up killing me. So I did. I got them to help me stay awake, get some coffee, get it in me, get hot tea in me that was caffeinated, and keep me walking. So I checked my sugar and I got it down to where I could sleep that night. Please, please, and pray for me, and I pray for you that you find a way that you stay on this diet. I find you got to find something that brings it down, and you stick with that. I found that I could go in there right now and eat a bunch of lettuce and greeny vegetables and stuff and get it down. At the point that it is right now, I will drink water for a few hours, and I will have to wait out this shot for the sugar to come on down. Possibly tonight. I may have to take a shot tonight to get it down. I really feel for you out there. I really do. Because it's hard. I mean, it's just not fair. I mean, you have people that, you know, they can eat anything they want to, and it doesn't do anything to them. We eat something. We got a lot of energy. We clean up, we run, we do this, and we do that, and help in the house, and help with the kids and grandkids and all of that. and then you go in there and lay down to go to sleep. And there you go. You end up hurting. So, the good thing that I want to tell you about is I have it's not a new website, but it is an improved website called southernladyartist.com. I'm going to be capable of putting up things on videos and recordings, pictures and photos. My cousin has been taking care of that part. I send it to him, he puts it on there. It's going to be able to help maybe with some kind of an income for me in the future. It has already helped. Some of the social media has for me to put some copies of my paintings. I painted and was commissioned out to paint a painting, and during the time that we were having some financial issues, that helped to provide to keep our bills up to date. And then the Lord provided through our church to give us an offering to help us go through the other things we had to. So, I want you all out there to try to, diabetics and everybody else, to try to stay on your diet, a healthy diet. And you can eat really good stuff. So, I'm going to, on southernladyartist.com, start back putting up different recipes. Only this time I think I better stick to some of the more healthy recipes to help you all out there and describe more of how I help myself get my sugars down. I have literally gotten myself down to where I didn't have to even take medication for it. So it can be done, and I'm going to try. And I'm going to really try to stay with it so that I don't have to feel the pain that I do have tonight. And I hope that you're not hurting tonight either. So, like, share this, and subscribe for me. Good night.